In a kingdom where lanterns glowed like bottled stars and fireflies danced over emerald hills, lived a girl named Emberly. She wasn't rich or royal, but in her small cottage near the edge of the whispering forest, she made the kind of light that couldn't be switched off. Her mother had passed when Emberly was a baby, but her father filled their days with laughter, music, and the flickering magic of his lanterns. He taught her how to shape wire, twist colored glass, and whisper warmth into every glow. Their attic workshop always smelled of pine, copper, and burnt sugar. But everything dimmed when he married Lady Seraphine, a widow with sharp perfume, sharper cheekbones, and an even sharper tongue. She moved in with her two daughters, Viora and Callista, who treated Emberly like a smudge on their silk sleeves. Then came the worst day of all. Her father vanished on a trading trip. Some said it was bandits. Others said he never returned because he was too heartbroken to see Emberly mistreated. Seraphine claimed the cottage immediately, sold the lanterns for coins, and shoved Emberly out of the attic workshop and into the ashes. "Scrub the floors," Seraphine snapped. "Polish my toenails," Viora whined. "Boil water for my bubble bath." Callista groaned. They called her Embers like a joke. But Emberly never forgot who she was. Every night, hidden in the attic, she lit the one lantern she had saved, a star-shaped orb her father had made just for her. "I miss you," she'd whisper to it, "but I'm still shining." One morning, while sweeping mud from Seraphine's gold-plated welcome mat, Emberly heard horns echo across the valley. A scroll fluttered down from the sky, tied to a royal dove. "The Starlight Gala approaches," it read. "Present your brightest creation to the prince. He seeks a mind that glows." In the village, whispers buzzed like bees. Prince Cassian, heir to the throne, was kind but curious. He didn't care for riches. He wanted a partner who could create, not just curtsy. Emberly's heart lit like a flame. For months, she'd been secretly crafting a lantern from wire, wild flowers, and glass scraps, each petal glimmering like a galaxy. "It's ready," she whispered that night. "He'll see me." But Seraphine overheard. "Viora and Callista will attend," she sneered. You'll shine their boots. That's your job, Emberly." Still, Emberly didn't give up. She stitched hems, fetched gloves, and carried hair curlers like armor. But in stolen moments, she tightened the wire of her lantern and whispered to her starlight orb, "I'm not just ash. I'm spark." Prince Cassian peered over balcony rails at the village below. "Do you think someone out there will surprise me?" he asked his guard. The guard blinked. "With what, Your Highness?" "A story, a spark, something not polished, but true." Cassian had always liked building things. He once turned a chicken coop into a self-heating greenhouse. But now his royal council said it was time to choose a companion. The night before the gala, Emberly collapsed by the hearth, her fingers blistered, her gown in tatters, her lantern hidden under a towel. She blinked back tears. That's when it appeared. A tiny moth fluttered from the chimney, its wings glittering with stardust. "Why the gloomy gloom?" it said in a voice like tinkling bells. Emberly rubbed her eyes. "Either I'm exhausted or you're real." "Both," the moth said, landing on her nose. "Name's Knox. I'm here for hopeful hearts." Emberly told Knox everything about her father, her lantern, the gala, and the locked door Seraphine slammed behind her dreams. Knox hummed, "You've got fire, kid. Let's make it shine." With a burst of gold dust and glitter, Knox whirled around her. Her soot-streaked dress shimmered into a gown of twilight blue, with constellations stitched in silver thread. Her scuffed boots became slippers of braided vines and moon leaves. Her lantern flared in her hands, brighter than ever. "Wow," she whispered. Knox flicked a wing. "Just one catch. You must return before midnight. After that, poof, back to ashes." Emberly grinned, hugged Knox tight, and ran into the night, her lantern glowing beside her like a promise. The palace blazed with light as Emberly arrived, her heart pounding. Towers shimmered with lanterns strung like stars, and glowing carpets unfurled beneath dancing guests. Music soared from enchanted instruments, and booths showcased inventions, tiny airships, wind-powered carousels, and a jelly that turned any color you thought of. Emberly slipped inside, her lantern cradled in her arms. It pulsed with soft light, the wildflowers casting shadows like constellations. Some guests gawked, others smiled. But Emberly only had eyes for the empty display stand near the prince's throne. She stepped forward, placed her lantern gently on the stand, and whispered, "Shine for him." A ripple of hushed awe spread as the lantern glowed brighter, its petals unfolding, casting starlight blooms on the ceiling. Then, a voice beside her, "That's not just beautiful, it's alive." Emberly turned. Prince Cassian stood there, dressed not in a crown, but a navy jacket dusted with sawdust and ink. His eyes sparkled. "I'm Cassian," he said, extending a hand. "I know," Emberly smiled. "I'm Emberly, and this was my dad's dream." They talked about lanterns, about coding fireflies to blink in rhythm, about missing someone who believed in you. Cassian laughed and leaned in. "You're different. Everyone's showing off. You're showing heart." Just then, "There she is!" came a shriek. Viora, wobbling in two tall shoes, pointed across the crowd. Callista followed, dragging a music box that was leaking glitter and honking instead of playing music. Behind them, Lady Seraphine swept in, wearing a dress so stiff it rustled like a potato chip bag. "She doesn't belong here," she hissed, storming toward the lantern. "She stole this. She's our maid. Shoo!" Cassian held up a hand. "Is it true?" he asked Emberly gently. Emberly stood tall, heart thudding. Flip the base, she said. Cassian did, and there, carved in copper, were the letters E.L. He smiled. It's hers. Gasps spread. A few guests even cheered. The music box honked again. Callista kicked it, but then, dong, a bell, midnight. Emberly's gown flickered. No, she whispered, backing away. Her slippers unraveled into garden clogs. Her starlight dress dimmed to ash gray. The lantern blinked in warning. I have to go, she gasped. Wait. Cassian reached out, but she was already running. Through crowds, downstairs, into the trees. As she dashed, one slipper caught on a vine and slipped free. She didn't stop. The woods swallowed her. Behind her, a soft voice called through the wind. You lit up the night. The next morning, Emberly sat by the hearth in her patched old hoodie, scrubbing soot with a toothbrush. The lantern lay beside her, cold but whole. Outside, hoofbeats echoed. Cassian had searched all morning, asking about the girl with the glowing lantern and the slipper. He arrived at Seraphine's door, tired but determined. Viora and Callista shoved forward, nearly knocking the guards aside. It was us, they cried. Try the slipper on me. Viora's foot got stuck halfway. Callista's heel popped the seams. Cassian raised an eyebrow. Is there anyone else here? Seraphine scoffed. Only Emberly. She's not even... Let her try, Cassian said. Emberly stepped forward, her chin high. Cassian knelt and slid the vine slipper onto her foot. A perfect fit. He smiled. Found you. Seraphine opened her mouth, but Cassian turned to Emberly. You never needed magic to shine, just someone to see it. Later that week, Emberly stood in a sun-drenched workshop inside the palace. Children gathered around, learning to build lanterns and code their own light patterns. The royal courtyard sparkled with orbs that flickered like fireflies. Emberly's old star lantern sat on the shelf, glowing gently beside a new one she was teaching a child to make. Cassian visited often, sometimes to help build, sometimes just to listen. As for Seraphine, Viora, and Callista, their trinkets flopped. No one wanted honking music boxes or feathers that gave you allergies. They faded from palace life like shadows at sunrise. But Emberly, she glowed, not because of a gown or slipper, but because she'd always been a spark. And now, she lit the way for others. Hey kids, Emberly's story reminds us that no matter how small or forgotten you feel, your light matters. You don't need fancy stuff or magic to be special. Your kindness, creativity, and courage are your magic. Keep doing what you love, even when it's hard. Ask for help, like Emberly did, and don't let others decide your worth. Believe in your dreams, because you can make them real. The world needs your spark, so tinker, draw, build, write, and most of all, shine your own way. You're already a star. just keep glowing.